Let's go! It's your boy! Frozen. If you don't know, Frozen is a movie that came out in November of 2013 and quickly became the most popular and highest grossing animated movie of all time. Now, here at Unpopular Opinion, we don't just give reasons why it's overrated, because that word is virtually meaningless now because it's used incorrectly so much. But in fact, we give reasons for why it's not a good movie. So here it is, my review of Frozen. So, The Lion King starts with a tribal chant, which really helps set the African setting. What? Takes place where? Scandinavia? What the fuck? What a great start. We have to sit through an insufferably loud, high-pitched jackass while looking at a snowflake. Now just look at the foreshadowing of everything in this frankly great opening song. It's all about them fighting ice, about a frozen heart, like it sets up the rest of the movie until you hear this line.
Stronger than 1, stronger than 10, stronger than 100 men!
Whoa! 100 men? That sounds awesome! Is there gonna be a huge battle against Elsa? You know, people could go up to her ice castle and she should be killing people left and right. And at the end, Anna could come up to Elsa and just chop her goddamn head off. Woo! That sounds awesome! Also, what is wrong with this kid? What is he doing there? Is one of those ice guys his dad? What is going on? So then Elsa gets woken up by her brat sister and then says, no, I don't really want to play because it's bedtime. But then Anna says the dumbest shit.
Do you want to build a snowman?
No! Like, if that bitch woke me up, I'd smack her. Anyway, they start playing their incredibly dangerous game where Anna gets to actually play and Elsa gets to do the work for her to have fun. Then it gets to here where Anna's jumping on these pillars, and instead of Elsa lowering her to the ground, she instead makes them taller and taller until Anna moves so fast that she falls. And then, instead of making a pillar of a soft cushion of snow for her to land on, she tries to kill Anna.
Headshot!
Why is that horse not dead? So, before we get to the dumb healing shit, let's look at this. So, assuming that Kristoff's father was one of the ice people, which we can, because why else would he be at the ice mining place, this female troll just says,
Cuties, I'm gonna keep you.
She says it so nonchalantly as he kidnaps a kid and his pet to keep with the trolls, strange creatures that he doesn't even know anything about. And they just take him away from his ice dad, who probably worried about his son until the day he died. Okay, so the trolls save Anna. Great. But, like, the trolls are the dumbest piles of grass ever, right? Like, first of all, why would they purge all memory of Elsa's powers from Anna's memory? Like when a child touches a hot frying pan lying on the stove and burns their fingers, you don't remove all memories of it from their brain because it's a learning experience, not do it again. In fact, it would have been better in dramatic sense as well because they both would have been scared of Elsa, so Elsa's change would have been better because what if they both were afraid, but both still wanted to be friends and good sisters, so they actually tried. Something besides this dumb troll thing here. Also, this whole scene establishes the trolls as like experts on the whole ice powers thing. He knows head from heart, how it could be a curse or she could have been born with it. Like, they seem to know an awful lot, then they don't tell them that love melts a frozen heart. In fact, later in the movie they say that
Only an act of true love can thaw a frozen heart.
So why do they not tell these parents? Even when the parents are like spouting out that they're gonna lock up Elsa, they don't say shit. Okay, so something to note about this scene. The trolls show that the ice turns red, then the townspeople gang up on Elsa. Note how it turns red. Remember that. Also, look, it's the townspeople that turn against Elsa, not just Hans and the Duke of Wesselton. It's a very interesting thing to note about this scene. Well, that was actually good. They established that Elsa would be locked up, so they don't really have to show you that Elsa and Anna grow apart, because anyone would in that situation.
Do you want to build a snowman?
Oh God, not this. They give you so long to tell you absolutely nothing, and even if you didn't get it, they tell you the same stuff over and over again. In fact, there are only two things to know here. One, the parents that we've seen so far have just ruined both their daughters' lives and just been all-around awful people. Die! Oh no! I mean, at least in a movie like The Lion King, spoiler alert, you get a real bond with Mufasa. And the scene where Simba, where he's like,
Dad? Dad, come on. You gotta get up.
oh jeez. I can't. You also get Scar, set up as an amazing scumbaggy villain. In this, their parents dying has no weight at all, except to show you that there's no one there to fuck up Elsa more. 2. Anna has started talking to the pictures on the walls. This is the start of a theory I have that Anna and Kristoff are insane. I mean, she's obviously getting cabin fever. Maybe her sanity is slipping. There's more to back this up later in the review. Now in this establishing shot, we see Kristoff not only talk to Sven, but use his voice to talk to himself.
What do you want, Sven?
Give me a snack.
What's the magic word?
Sounds like those trolls fucked him up a bit. Maybe he went insane. Maybe he wishes he could be a reindeer. He acts sort of strange throughout the movie. This shit right here is one of my biggest problems with the movie. People say that Anna is some feminist type woman who really isn't a stereotype or sexist. Okay, so she wakes up, people go, oh my god, that's so cool. She isn't just a lady. But she wakes up with bedhead. That's it. You know who else gets bedhead? Anyone who fucking sleeps. Like, is the norm for women that they wake up with a perfect head of hair? No one does that. Like, oh my god. Then, in the next scene, she looks like a generic-ass princess, which makes her whole message come across as bad because all it did was either a bad joke or just her with bedhead. Like, in the next scene, she looks like more of a princess than Rapunzel of Tangled, who's supposed to look like that. I mean, Rapunzel looks like more of a princess than Tom Cruise. And now we get Anna singing another song about stuff we already know. You said in the other song that you've been going crazy from being cooped up. And now we have a song about you going crazy from being cooped up. We already knew this about you. You established this badly before, and now again. How stupid do you think children are that they don't get this? There's so many smart kid stuff that doesn't treat them this dumb. Movies like Wreck-It Ralph or the Lego Movie, shows like Adventure Time or Courage the Cowardly Dog. Those things are excellent and don't treat children like a paycheck. They put effort into every line of dialogue. Also during the song, we have another stereotype of her eating chocolate.
I wanna stuff some chocolate in my face.
I mean, I get that everyone likes chocolate, but like, that's her character traits. She likes chocolate and is imperfect. That's not really progressive, that's just normal. I mean, if you want a really progressive female lead, look at Mulan at the beginning. She uses actual smarts to make her dog do chores for her. That shows actual intelligence. Plus, Mulan is just independent for men throughout the movie. As well as there's symbolism of her ascending from darkness when she's pulling herself up the swing. Then she just says, light! So it's not subtle anymore. Good for her. Also, why couldn't Anna leave the castle and make friends? She didn't have any ice powers. She didn't even remember Elsa had them. Why go to the trouble from removing those ice powers from Anna's memory if you're not going to let her make any friends? What great parents. Why are we sad that they died? I still don't get that. Now, here's something else in this song. Look at this. She's singing to a bust. That's not a real person, but look at her treat that bust as if it's one. It's kind of creepy what's going on under the skin of this movie. They're obviously forcing Anna's character on you instead of letting her evolve naturally. They're trying so hard to make her not ladylike or princessy that they're turning her into just another stereotypical white girl. Like, this movie is so not progressive because they went from stereotypical princesses like Snow White or Cinderella, which somehow had better character than Anna, to just another stereotype. You know what movie did this better? Tangled. In the moment Rapunzel is an adult, she's already painting, doing independent stuff. She hits Flynn with a frying pan. She is a straight up badass throughout the movie, taking on every sumbitch that crosses her way. She's a really good character, but Anna is just a stereotype that's clumsy, has bedhead, and likes chocolate. See, if young girls watch Tangled or Mulan, they'd see that being independent and making your own destiny is a huge part of life. But if they watch Frozen, they think they can just like chocolate and be an asshole. In this song, you don't just see Elsa struggling with anything, except, like, we glance over that her ice powers are dangerous. There's no setup with this. We barely get to see any struggle. Instead, we have Anna, who's so far unlikable, forced on us. Now we get to meet the charming Hans, who, oh my, geez, this guy is, wow. Okay, So can we just talk about how awful Anna is as a sister? Instead of enjoying the one time she gets to see her sister, not only that, but the day she's being coronated, she's off with some guy she just met, who's not even that hot, except, could charm my pants right off. Anna and Elsa don't really have a sisterly bond, which I believe is the point of all this. But if it is, why is Anna so intense on going to get her later? Like, Anna should, in all sense of reality, despise her sister. Anna should hate Elsa. So much fun than nothing for like 10 years. Like, Anna obviously was pissed. So why did she love her so much? I mean, if they had less uninteresting and useless songs and had more time devoted to Anna making a real effort to connect with her sister, then Elsa finally caved and said she really did want to connect with Anna before everything went crazy, then we could really believe Anna, because she would finally have gotten her sister back after all these years of neglect. Okay, so Love is an Open Door is actually good, right? Like, it has a certain feel that's good, like romantic feel. But before that, we have a lovey-dovey montage with no songs, so one of the two should have been dropped for more Elsa-Anna bonding, right? But instead, this is just more unneeded padding.
Say something crazy? Will you marry me?
Can I say something even crazier? Yes!
She's gonna marry him. Huh. Anna's impulsive and ditzy. Sounds like the average Starbucks customer. The movie is supposedly about sisterly love or something, but most of Anna and Elsa's screen time together is spent arguing. They already have so little time together throughout the movie, then they just argue. Look at all those scary looking spikes. It's so great that all the foreshadowing is implying that she's going evil. Why are the townspeople not more scared of Elsa? I mean, she's obviously unstable. Like, this shouldn't have happened. They should have scorned her. They alluded to this before with the trolls, how the townspeople were going to turn on Elsa if she really used her powers like that. But no, only Wesselton is being a completely rational human being. Are we really supposed to hate the guy who just saw Elsa shoot spikes at innocent people and thought that maybe that's not a good thing? Here we have Let It Go, a song that made this movie all its money, that made this movie famous. It would have been pretty good if it didn't negate itself. She circles and the thing flashes red like the ice that these trolls showed. Oh my god, she's turning evil. I mean, listen to the song's lyrics. She's becoming more confident. She's becoming mad at the people who caused her all this pain in her life. She is legit looking like she's gonna become evil. I mean, you know who this song would work really well with? She couldn't even control what she freezes, now she can make detailed art and create life out of ice? I mean, even before, she was really surprised when she could step on the ice and freeze it. So Anna rushes off alone. She just runs off with no help for some dumb reason. Is it trying to make her more independent? Because, to be honest, it just makes her seem dumb.
Reindeers are better than people.
So there's this useless song. It's about Kristoff has a good relationship with this reindeer, which was established a few times in the movie with them sharing saliva on the carrots. Then there's this downright blatant insult to our intelligence by telling us that this reindeer is a good character. Like, entangled with Maximilian, it's shown that this is a badass, awesome horse. With the reindeer, they could have just showed us it doing good things and established itself as a good companion character. It's like the difference from doing a backflip and saying you can do a backflip.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't...
Oh, look. Anna can't throw. How interesting. It's really progressive, you guys. Not stereotypical at all. Now for the surprisingly good movie chase scene. There's nothing wrong with this scene, except the reason that it happened was because Anna was dumb, who told him we have to leave now instead of at dawn. What would have happened in that night anyway? Oh, here he is, everyone! Hide. Now, I will agree that the fact that he's quiet is a plus, because if he were loud, I would never have been able to finish the movie. Now, this is where I get confused. Kristoff was already the perfect type of comic relief that most people like. He actually makes jokes that make you laugh. If they had gotten rid of the love interest part of Kristoff, in general, this would have been a better movie, because you would just laugh at Kristoff's jokes and not have him have a huge impact on the plot in general. Now, I will say that the only point that made me laugh was this joke here during Olaf's song.
I'm gonna tell him.
Don't you dare.
Shit right there was good. It's not that I don't think that humor in kids' movies is funny. I really do think it can be funny, like shows like Animaniacs or The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, or even movies like The Lego Movie, which made me laugh on multiple occasions just because of the characters and not some dumb comic relief. Can we talk about how pointless so many of the songs in this movie are? They make no sense to the story and most of the time have no point. So far, the only songs that have actually made a difference to the story have been Love is an Open Door and Let It Go, which Let It Go's message is completely fucking trampled on the next time we see Elsa. So all the townspeople are complaining about it being cold as fuck. So instead of getting mad at Elsa who caused it all like normal human beings, they're mad at it being cold. Again, Wesselton has the only normal reaction. Look at this shit right here. Anna can't climb. In all that time alone in the castle, did she never get any skills? She seems to just roll around and not do anything at all. Like, maybe she's really good at juggling or something dumb. But she was too dumb to teach herself anything. I mean, it's like Disney looked at the movie and said, screw interesting character development, we have white girl. So, fun fact, Olaf was created as a metaphor for lost childhood. But he's a shitty one. I don't see him bring up any memories of Anna and her sister. He just says jokes that actually lack the ability to even make me smile, let alone laugh. I mean, you know your comic relief is awful when he has to laugh at his own joke. Okay, so the point of the song Let It Go was that she's becoming more confident and evil. But then, she's just scared in the next scene. Like, in this 1-2 second part of her backing away scared, the whole song lost its point. It really reminds me of Revenge of the Sith. Like, Anakin becomes so evil, then dies. When he's brought back to life at Darth Vader, he screams, "No!" Like, really? All this build-up, then she just becomes a pansy? I mean, it's like having the Gaston song from Beauty and the Beast about locking up the grandpa, but then in the next scene, you see him crying in the corner like a little bitch.
You belong down in Arendelle.
You belong in a museum.
Look at me, I'm confident now. That's why I'm running. It's because I can stand up to you.
Shut down.
Notice how when Anna gets hit, she's enveloped by the color red, as obvious symbolism that Elsa's turning evil. The trolls, everybody, they said red. Okay, so everyone's running from the snowman and Olaf's being a useless piece of shit. Because that's what we need. Then, the snowman leaves and Anna throws a snowball at the snowman, which makes him more angry, and it alludes to Elsa becoming more evil as Anna is beckoning her to turn on her. It's all very scary and cool. Okay, so here's where my theory comes to fruition. Notice how in the beginning the rocks don't move to greet Kristoff. Think about this. They're just rocks and Kristoff is crazy. See? Olaf humoring him. Then Anna starts seeing them because she's insane. They're both just talking to rocks. I mean, it makes sense because both of them were taken away from socialization. I mean, Olaf himself isn't real, and Elsa only sees it because she went insane from being alone, as well as Anna and Kristoff, because that's the only reason a heart can't be melted, because they make up the rules of this power. Okay, now that that's out of the way, the romance betwixt Anna and Kristoff is so rushed. In Tangled, Rapunzel and Eugene spent most of the movie together building their romance. In this movie, Kristoff doesn't even like talking to Anna until they reach the trolls. So this romance doesn't make any sense and should have been left out of the movie. Now we have another useless ass song about how you need to change and fix him up and whatnot. Then, a line in the song is,
We're not saying you can change him, cause people don't really change.
which negates the whole purpose of the song and really makes me angry at this movie because people who say other people can't change really don't change themselves, which is really against what MJ preached, which makes me sad. Plus it reinforces another blatant problem I have with the movie, but more on that later. That troll is a blatant Gandalf ripoff. Notice how the snowman is getting more evil as Elsa is getting more evil? That would be great if Elsa was actually evil! Okay, everything in the casual is yellow, which is the color between blue and red to show that she really is evil. All these spikes in the snowman, see in the original script, Elsa turns evil. In fact, until Let It Go was recorded, that was the plan. I mean, think about how much more of an impact it would have had if Elsa was evil and not Hans. Like, imagine what people would have been thinking when they left the theater. See, it would have shown us that if something like this happens to us, we wouldn't be okay. We'd turn evil. That depending on what happens to people, they can change. But instead, we want to tell our next generation, if they're a bad person, they're just that way, instead of becoming a good person and changing themselves. By the laws of body language and eye movement, which is obviously a conscious decision because every part of this movie is fine-tuned to look amazing and give off the right vibe, but I digress. Look at Elsa's demeanor and movement. She looks like she's gonna kill these people, like she wants to. If she hadn't planned to do it in the first place, why would they even have the scene? So they had a good reason to lock her up? Wasn't freezing the entire city a little bit of a crime in of itself that should imprison her? But that's just my 2 cents, and and who listens to poor people? Plus, they're telling her to stop and she doesn't. That's like the big evil thing. Well, you know, at least there's nothing in this movie that makes Hans, like, contradict himself. Shit, I thought he wanted them both to die. This makes the whole movie not make sense. So Hans's plan was to go to Arendelle to get Elsa or Anna to fall in love with him. On the off chance that happened, he then kills the other one, which he obviously can't do. Then when he is all done with this and he is king or prince whatever, he kills his wife to succeed the throne, but he saves Elsa. Did he plan for Anna to get frozen? How would he have made it look like an accident otherwise? Okay, so then he captures her. I can say maybe it was in the heat of the moment, which, okay, no, but hypotheticals can stretch. Anyway, heat of the moment and whatnot or whatever. After that, he's alone with Elsa on a long trip home. Couldn't he shank her and blame the other two guys? Who would believe the two people? What the hell? This guy is a stupid piece of turkey jerky. Anna doesn't have the basic human intellect to figure out when someone's being an evil bitch. She has to be told by said evil bitch. Okay, so Hans obviously wants Anna to die. Why did he not kill her? He's alone with her. He could, like, shank her in the side. Then when she turns ice, no one would know. I mean, he just leaves her. Usually people check on dead bodies for, like, funerals and whatnot. I think Hans is also crazy. It's the only explanation. Delusions of grandeur or some shit. Why is none of the shit Kristoff does an act of true love? He goes back into a goddamn blizzard just to be a good guy. Like, he's rushing in on his steed to save her. Literally, the love story in Shrek is more interesting because this love story in Frozen has no impact on the overall plot.
Love is putting someone else's needs before yours, like...
Love is putting someone else's needs before yours, like, I don't know, Kristoff running back into a blizzard, Olaf melting in front of a fire for this girl, or Sven running back into a blizzard, I don't fucking know. Literally anything else. But what happens with Elsa? What does she do? Run in front of a sword? Swords are done anyway. This movie gets a 10 out of 10 in my book, you know? Let's give it another 10 out of 10 for good measure. But seriously, why isn't Olaf dying an act of true love? Okay, now the climactic scene. I don't have a problem with this part, except how did Kristoff hear Anna from so far away? Anna! This is a ripoff of the first Pokemon movie. A tear melts a frozen person, Ash is Stone, Ash is Anna, and Elsa? Elsa is Pikachu. Okay, I will say when Anna punches Hans, it's fucking awesome. It really does make me happy when I see it. Also, this scene. Now, there's other stuff that goes into making a movie. I know it's not all just like plot or some dumb shit, like likable characters or smart characters. But yes, there is some great stuff in this movie that is not the story. The animation, for one, is amazing. Disney knocked it out of the park with this. Just everything just is perfect. The snow particles are realistic. There are shots in this movie that make me impressed. There's so much good animation in the designs. Olaf is actually really well animated. In my opinion, the best animated character. How about the quality of the music, eh? Like, I commented on how most of the songs are pointless, but I never commented on the quality. Great. The best song made in the movie. I love it. Yeah! Fun. Actually, not bad. Not great, but it's fun. Sort of good. Not really a fan. I guess I could listen to it sometime. Yeah! I really like it. The guy who plays Hans is an amazing singer and should have got more singing in the movie. What's up? Awful. Generic, not new. At least the other songs were new and not the same. This isn't even a good generic pop song. It's not even close to a good generic pop song. Go, go! Short? I don't have to listen to it for long because that's an A+ in my book. Go, go! Pretty bad. Olaf shouldn't have been given a song.
Listen now.
I hate how much I like this song. It's not objectively good, it brings nothing to the movie, but I love this song. Not nearly as much as Frozen Heart, but I love it. So Frozen is bad, it's awful, none of the story makes sense, and it gives a bad message. The only thing that saves it is animation, which, like I said, is marvelous. With all that in mind, I give it my rating of a 9 out of 30. Goodbye.